Okay.
Hi, my name is Warmaster 101, and my throat game is better than Nancy Reagan. Fuck her.
And my head game is better than yours.
Yep. Introduce yourself, talent.
No.
Okay, fine. And this is,
Hey. Yeah, what game are we playing?
Oh, it's called, like, Rivnat? I don't know. It's about a guy who's trying to, like, climb a clock tower through a metro station.
Refrigerators with freezers on the upper parts are more efficient than those with freezers on the lower parts. This is because cold air is denser, and if the freezer compartment is on the top, the cold can just passively go down.
Oh, interesting.
But with the refrigerators with it cold on the bottom part, the freezer on the bottom, they have to actively pump that air up.
Pump up the volume, pump it up. I'm kidding. That was awful, I'm sorry.
Until the late 60s, Disneyland banned male guests from having long hair.
I mean, Disney's always actively homophobic. Who would have guessed? You know what I mean? Canceling Owl House after a third season because of the pairing. Because lesbians. It doesn't fit the Disney brand. Oh really? Oh really? Do we want to sit down and watch all of Gravity Falls again? And you tell me that all of that was very child friendly?
Doesn't fit the Disney brand. Tell me how several people dying of it thanks to the hands of a Nazi is on brand Disney.
What? Whoa! Which
Go on, tell me.
Which cartoon was this?
I mean, there's multiple cartoons now that I think about it, but yeah. So in that happens in Marvel. That happens in Star Wars. That happens in.
Okay.
Yes.
I thought you were like talking about like one of their other like children's air quote children's cartoons, not like a real life like thing.
I mean, both Star Wars and Marvel have Disney-backed cartoons where this shit happens.
I suppose you are right then. Never mind. I take it all back. I am not allowed to have any opinions about anything because I am afraid of confrontation. This isn't a joke. This is a desperate plea for help.
There's no point to living.
Oof.
The world is ending, and there's really nothing we can do to stop it. Anyway, there was probably
Nancy
a time
Reagan and how
after.
she's a whore.
I
I can't
anyway, there was
drop it.
probably
I'm
a time
sorry.
after humans, after humans discovered honey that we were just licking every bug to see if there was something delicious.
What the fuck?
Speaking of foods, did you know that because the definition of ingredients by the FDA includes products that come from plants or animals, and salt is a mineral. Ingredients.
I'm sorry. Repeat that. What food were you talking about?
So salt is labeled as inorganic on food packaging because the definitions of organic by the FDA means that it comes from a plant or animal,
Oh.
and salt is a mineral.
Huh. That's interesting.
German-born soldiers make up about 10% of the Union forces during the American Civil War, and some of them were exiled supporters of the 1848 revolutions that swept through Europe. After the war, 48ers supported improved laws and the advancement development in education, medicine, and journalism.
Pog.
Guests at a wedding in Serbia accidentally shot down a plane with celebratory gunfire.
Yeah, this is why you just don't you don't shoot guns up in the air.
Poop should sink, not float. Floating poop is a sign of poor absorption of nutrients and excessive gas.
Huh, okay. I, well, I'm trying to think on, like, why that would happen. Like, you know, if the nutrients was poorly absorbed, it would float, but if it was absorbed, it would sink. But, no, I don't want to think about it. Never mind.
Ketchup is a non-Newtonian fluid. Its viscosity actually lowers when force is applied to it, which is why ketchup will often pour out in large amounts after a little shake is applied.
Huh.
After they say it's after the 2020 pandemic, but the pandemic's still fucking going on. There were several closures of businesses across the United States to the point that there are now only 150,000 gas stations in the United States.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. There is an esport based on Microsoft Excel where the competitors race to complete spreadsheets.
What?
Yep.
That sounds kind of dumb. But who am I to make fun of them because I played League of Legends for several years?
Reasoning requires less.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You were talking about reasoning?
Yeah, it's Moravec's paradox in which states that reasoning requires less computation than perception does.
How does having a fat ass factor into that?
Very. While the majority of Saturn's rings are only a few meters thick, there are places where the rings are giant sheets of ice several miles tall. Uh, Before the advent of fully monotheistic Judaism and ancient Judaism, God the Father used to have an equally divine wife called Asheria.
And that's where... oh wait, no, never mind. I was about to talk about something, but I don't think I have the proper authority to talk about it. Well, actually, no, I think I dabbled in Wicca a little bit when I was younger. That's why Wicca has two deities in it. The goddess and the god, essentially. They're sort of drawing from that.
The energy of an electric circuit isn't passed to components like a light bulb through the movement of electrons along the wire. Rather, an electromagnetic field is formed around the wire and guides the electrodes that way.
Huh.
So it's like a mag train.
Ooh.
Where it's not setting on the track, it's a little above. A study in 2014 found that men are generally more spiteful than women, and young adults are more spiteful than older ones but spitefulness can increase. But basically, if you were spiteful at a young age, that compounds more.
Yep. Can confirm.
Spitefulness generally cohabits with traits like callousness, Machiavellism, and poor self-esteem.
Fuck. I am a quadruple threat then. I'm a man, I'm a millennial, and I have poor self-esteem. And I'm very the word you just said.
Brainfuck is esoteric programming language whose compiler uses only 240 bytes of memory, making it around 11,000 times smaller than C++ compilers.
See, how much more is C++ over B++? Wait.
The Hubble Extra Deep Field image was made from a total exposure time of just under 1 million seconds. And in order to absorb the entire sky to the same sensitivity as the telescope would need to observe continuously for 1 million years.
I'm 5 years old. When you said the Hubble, in the deep, I almost lost it.
The black kite, which is an Australian bird of prey, hunts by starting fires that force the prey out into the open.
Huh. That doesn't sound good.
Apparently, Disney owns the American rights for Mega Man, the media production rights for Mega Man and The Sims, and was going to make films based on those video games, but canceled after the Assassin's Creed film they made flopped at the box office.
I did not know that Disney made Assassin's Creed.
Yep.
Well, to be fair, Assassin's Creed, sorry for all y'all out there who actually like it. Assassin's Creed is not a good game. You know?
I like certain aspects about it, like dicking around ancient Egypt's fun, but like as far as plot lines go, no.
I don't think I'm really a big fan of well, no, I can't say that. I play Final Fantasy XIV very regularly. I was gonna say I'm just not a big fan of huge open world games, but I feel like that would be a lie.
So you played Breath of the Wild, didn't you?
I did. Wow, I'm doubly a liar then. Never mind.
I'm just bad at playing video games.
And
In the sense of I'm not bad at playing video games like I'm bad at the controls. I'm bad at playing video games because there's video games that I have on my computer that I would love to play, and I just won't play them. I have no idea why.
Chris, you have seen my Steam library. I just what's the word? Sometimes you just wanna own a game to own it, but then you never play it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or I'll be like, hey, I have time. I should play. And I don't. Anything else.
What's the
I
word?
just don't do it.
Or
which I'm pretty sure is a sign of depression.
A lot of things are a sign of depression. Now, dying.
Yeah. You heard it here first, folks. If you die, it's because you were depressed.
Well, fuck me, I guess.
Bye, guys. Gals on fire.
Wow, that